welcome back to Last Minute Laura. My name is Laura, and today I am going to get started on a brand new design. So for this design, I kind of was inspired by the natural dyed yarn that I made. I wanted to see some yellows and pinks and greens, and the dominant color is definitely yellow, so I decided to do those bright yellows for the sleeves. And then for the front of this sweater, I'm going to keep it black. I'm going to include a little bit of this gray as well for the detailing. For this project, you will need some yarn. I'm using Briggs & Little Regal Weight wool, which is a 2-ply wool. I'm using a custom dyed yellow. I'm also going to be using some gray. This is steel gray, and I'm also using some black as well. You're also going to need a good pair of scissors, and this project requires 2 different sized hooks. So I'm going to be using a 3.75mm hook for the rib stitches around the cuffs and around the bottom of the body. And then I'm going to be using a 5mm hook for the rest of the project. This is going to taper in the sleeves and the bottom body really nice and tight and create a little bit of a different drape than if we did the whole thing in a 5mm hook. That being said, this design, just like everything else that I do, is very easily customizable, and you can upsize or downsize the hook without having it screw too much up. You might just get a little bit of a looser sleeve, which isn't really a problem. So, let's get started. We're going to begin with a slip knot. After that, chain 73. Double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and then double crochet across the row. When you finish the row, chain 2 and turn. For row number 2, we're going to create a front post double crochet, back post double crochet rib stitch across. We're just going to repeat front post double crochet, back stitch double crochet, front stitch double crochet, back stitch double crochet. And that we're going to do all the way across, and that's going to begin our rib stitch. At the end of this row, chain 2 and turn. For row number 3, we're going to back post double crochet and then front post double crochet and repeat that across. This is exactly the opposite of row number 2, but it's also the same stitches. At the end of this row, switch your yarn color if you're doing the same thing as me. If not, switch it whenever you feel like, but at the end of this row, it's just a chain 1 and turn. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to be saying row 1 again. I'm starting from the beginning because at this point we're done with the rib stitch and we're moving into the body stitch. So if you're getting confused as to why we're back at number 1, that's why I'm starting at 1 again. So for row 1 through 8, we're going to single crochet across, and at the end of each row, chain 1 and turn. At this point, remember, we've also switched into the 5mm crochet hook. For row number 9, slip stitch into the first 11 stitches, and then chain 1 and single crochet across, but leave the last 10 stitches unworked. At the end of that row, chain 1 and turn. From rows 10 until rows 44, single crochet across, and at the end of each row, chain 1 and turn. For row 45, single crochet into the first 20 stitches and then turn around. For row 46, skip the first stitch and then single crochet across. At the end of this row, chain 1 and turn. For row 47, single crochet into the first 18 stitches and then turn. For row number 48, skip the first stitch and single crochet across. At the end of this row, chain 1 and turn. For row 49, single crochet into the first 16 stitches and then turn. For row 50, skip the first stitch and then single crochet across. At the end of this row, chain 1 and turn. For row 51, single crochet into the first 14 stitches and turn around. For row 52, skip the first stitch, single crochet across, and chain 1 and turn at the end of the row. For row 53, single crochet into the first 12 stitches and turn. For row 54, skip the first stitch and then single crochet across, chain 1 and turn at the end of the row. For 55, single crochet into the first 10 stitches and turn. For row 56, 57, and 58, single crochet across. At the end of the row, secure off your yarn and weave in your end. Repeat the exact same thing on the other side for the other shoulder shaping. So the same thing, this is exactly how you make the front piece. So I did it in black. I was just showing you with the gray so you could see how to do the front piece. Now I'm going to show you how to do the back piece. So for the back, it's the same as the front up until row 52. We're going to just do the single crochet across all the way up to row 52. And then at row 53, we're going to single crochet into the first 20 stitches and then just turn around. Next, we're going to slip stitch into the first 4 stitches, chain 1, and then single crochet all the way across. At the end of this row, chain 1 and turn. For row 55, we're going to single crochet into the first 13 stitches, and then we're going to turn. No chain 1 at the end of this row. For row 56, we're going to slip stitch into the first 4 stitches again, and at the end of this row, chain 1 and turn. For row 57 and 58, just single crochet across into 10 stitches. For row 53 to 58, repeat the same steps on the other side. You can see the back is going to be more shallow, a higher neckline, and then the front, it has a bit more of a lower scooped neckline. I'm just double checking here that everything matched up. And in case you were wondering about the measurements for this sweater, I've included them all here on video so that you can see what everything measures. You can come back and see if it's going to be the right size for you, and yeah, I'm going to try and include measurements in all of the videos now. So this is all for the body piece. If you're excited about this sweater and you want to come back to see how I made the sleeves, how I put it all together, come back on Friday. It's going to be awesome. The final assembly is so beautiful. I will give you a little sneak peek here of what the actual item looks like when it's done. It's currently my favorite sweater, so definitely come back on Friday. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I put out a new video every Tuesday, and I live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday of every week. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and have an awesome day. Bye!